So we don't have a problem with that. That the fact is Representative Allen had that the board have to go to work. So again, and then I was, and I also was fairly neutral because I said, these people may have financial reasons, they may have all kinds of other reasons. And then somebody sent me the recording of a chamber Zoom meeting. I'm assuming it's Little Chamber. I'm not sure of that, but Jay Chester, a good friend of mine, was running the meeting. And it was all about how we can do this. It was how about we can punish employees, because we want to, again, it's all we're doing, we're trying to do what's best for people. And it all started with the colonel who was on the COVID task force, or runs the COVID task force, and he started off talking about the pathway of trust. And I thought, boy, that's how you sell me. I mean, I'm a salesman, and the first thing you do, any ever salesman knows, the number one thing that people buy, me, is they got to believe in me. Now, I got to tell you, I walk in and say, here's what you're going to do. They don't buy me. They don't trust me. And so I'm trying to figure out how we went from pathway of trust to mandates to save people.
No answer.
I'm going to ask both of you, start with you, Mr. Bauer. What's your experience with this latest wave of COVID? What's your experience with your workforce, absenteeism for COVID, et cetera, with this great wave?
In general, we see cases going up, and we see cases going up more quickly in lower vaccinated communities and lower vaccinated team member population areas.
Well, that I think is an acceptable argument. I haven't. I have to tell you that I haven't, both in my business or those around me, we do see more people across the state getting COVID. I don't see more people out of work. People are free to contact me, like they've been contacting me saying that Mr. Zook doesn't speak for them. And I'm sure he speaks for the majority of the chamber, but there were some very incensed people saying we're very much against this. But what you can do with your business, I very much respect. But you really do this. They sent to us, and Mr. Zook talked about, you put us in a place. But we have to come back. Are we hands off? Or do we look at this and say, and I guess I have to ask, what else would we do? What else would we mandate for what's good for people? I mean, if we had a lot of gun violence, do we start looking at employees and guns versus the Second Amendment? I have to wonder because, and I know that y'all are truly convinced that this is the right thing. And I was more, and let me tell you, here's what concerns me. I was more convinced it was the right thing. Until the mandates. And until it's told we couldn't say anything negative on the air. And then I said, truth always holds up to scrutiny. And truth you can sell and people will buy. Communism, you have the force. Those type of ideas you have the force, not capitalism, not freedom, not democracy. And so, I've gone from being pretty pro-vaccine to raising my eyebrows. And I think y'all should really consider what the effect this is having, whether we're really causing people to want to get on board or not. I think we're having very negative consequences to what we're doing. We'll go to Senator Stubblefield and one more, and we've got to move to the next week.